Far from BIOHOME, written and illustrated by Jared Canonigo, Brenda Montoya, and Priscilla Morales. Acknowledgements. We would like to dedicate this book to Dr. Nathani for her constant help and support in the creation of this book.
Instructions on how to read the book. In this book, scientific concepts are used to describe what is happening in the story. In the back of the book, there are pages for the parents to read more in depth about the science covered. Interactive lessons as well as videos are also included in the back for you and your child to do in order to acquire a better understanding of the science. Hi, my name is Amar, and I live in Egypt. This is my bedroom. It has a lot of cool things, but the coolest thing of all is my cactus. Sadly, I have to leave my cactus here in Egypt. My mom got a brand new job in the United States in some place called Iowa. She said I can't bring my cactus, but I'm going to pack the seeds with me. Now I am all packed. Whoa, it's so green here. This is so different from Egypt. Over there, it's covered in sand. Hooray! We finally arrived to our new home. I'm going to plant my cactus seeds right here. I can't wait for them to grow. Mom, why isn't my cactus growing? I've been doing the same things to take care of it like I did in Egypt.
I'm not sure, sweetie. Maybe you need to do something different. Let's look on the computer. Look here, Amar. It says here that Iowa is a grassland, while Egypt is a desert. Grasslands have different temperatures during the year, and deserts are just dry and hot all year.
But Mom, what makes it so dry in Egypt all the time and not here in Iowa?
Let's find out. It says here that something called atmospheric circulation moves air in circles to control how hot or cold it is and how much rain happens.
Wow, that's so cool. So what kind of plants can I grow here in Iowa? What kind of plants can grow in Egypt?
It says here that things called Z3 plants grow well in Iowa. This is like sunflowers. Things called cam plants grow well in Egypt, like cacti. Why don't we go down to the farmer's market, pick out some seeds, and make a garden?
I can't wait to start planting my garden. Wow, maybe moving to Iowa wasn't so bad after all. I may not have my cactus anymore, but I can grow all sorts of plants anywhere I go. The end.
Reference for parents, biome differences. Temperate grassland. They are located between 30 and 60 degrees north and south. These areas have warm and wet summers and cold and dry winters. Soil is very nutrient-rich due to a high rate of decay, high rate of productivity, and the domination of grasses. Grasses dominate, but flowers and trees are also prominent. Animals that are common here are animals called grazers. These include cattle, horses, bison, and prairie dogs. If your child is interested in learning more, check out this link.
Desert. They are located at 30 degrees north and south. These areas have low rainfall and high average temperatures. The soil is very shallow and nutrient poor because of low rainfall, low productivity, and low decomposition rate. Plants such as cactus and euphorbs dominate. Cold-blooded animals are common like reptiles. If your child is interested in learning more, check out this link. Atmospheric circulation. Atmospheric circulation is large-scale movement of air which distributes heat and precipitation onto Earth. Atmospheric circulation exists as a 3-cell pattern in both the northern and southern hemispheres. 3 atmospheric cells control these factors: Hadley cells, Ferrel cells, and polar cells. Hadley cells. Air moves in circles starting at the equator where the warm air from the sun rises and moves towards the north and south poles. The rising air creates areas of low pressure, thus lots of rain. As the warm air approaches 30 degrees north and south latitude, the warm air interacts with cool air and drops, descending towards 30 degrees north and south. The cool air creates an area of high pressure which receives little precipitation. That's why it doesn't rain a lot in the desert. Polar cells. These are located at the poles of the Earth. Air falls and flows towards the equator. At 60 degrees north and south, the cold air interacts with warm air and rises, creating an area of high pressure and an area of low precipitation in the polar regions. Ferrel cells. These are located between the polar and Hadley cells at 30 to 60 degrees north and south. Warm air is pulled towards the poles, making the warm air rise, creating an area of high pressure. Once it approaches 60 degrees north and south, the warm air reaches cold air and begins to fall, creating areas of low pressure and high precipitation. This is why it rains more in temperate grasslands. Try following the airflow in the picture with your child to further understand this. Red indicates warm air and blue is cold.
References for parents, CAM versus C3 plants. C3 plants. C3 plants use standard photosynthesis to create glucose and release oxygen. During the Calvin cycle, C3 plants fix carbon dioxide by Bisco into the 3-carbon compound. The 3-carbon compound is then used to create sugar for the plant. This process is done during the day. CAM plants. CAM plants fix carbon at different times. This means that at night, the CAM plants open their stomata, allowing CO2 to come into the leaves. The CO2 is then fixed into a 4-carbon compound. The 4-carbon compound is then saved until the day because during the day, the CAM plants close their stomata so that they don't lose water but still create sugar. This is why plants in the deserts use this method, so that way they don't lose water in an area where there is low precipitation. Refer to this video for you and your child to watch and learn more.